First, let me say how impressive your study is. And I'm also impressed how long you've worked on this problem. I think you've understood a lot about what is a real problem. I think there are some immediate problems that should be included more strongly. In particular, it's now almost 80 years since the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. Soon after, a much more powerful bomb, the hydrogen bomb, was developed, but has not been used. It's now 80 years later, and most of the future developments of nuclear weapons have continued. The lack of testing of weapons, the lack of testing of the nuclear weapons is deceptive. Presently, the major countries in the world have the total capacity to destroy the world. We can talk, and I believe, agree with much of what you say, but the immediate problem, I believe, is governments. The agreements between governments are very fragile or don't exist, and the threat of destroying all of us, as you point out, is tremendous. It could happen anytime. As long as we have competing governments, we're in danger. So I agree with you, but I think the immediate problem is, do we trust all the circumstances in the world and our governments? I don't, including my own government. So how do we ensure that our governments don't destroy us? I don't know the answer, but it seems to me, in addition to everything you said, we have an immediate problem that we've created governments competing with each other, which when we had no weapons maybe was okay. Now it's a great danger. 80 years ago, we could destroy a city or two in Japan, my government. All the people in a city with nuclear weapons. Now, 80 years later, we can destroy the world. It's sad, but true, that governments don't appreciate this. So I don't have great trust in my government, your government, or other governments to keep us from fighting with each other and using nuclear weapons. If we can learn to solve the threat of nuclear weapons, then we can attack the problems that you talk about. Whether we talk about the development of viruses, and an example, I think, of our not of being lucky was the COVID virus. I don't think we had a worldwide, unified way to try to beat the COVID virus. We were lucky that it got milder with time. Viruses can easily evolve to get more serious with time instead of less serious. So we shouldn't be so proud that we solved the COVID problem. It became less serious. It matters less whether it started in a laboratory, it started by nature, than the fact that we were not effective in fighting it. We were lucky that it wasn't more serious. All of this, and what you talk about, for me, says that our present structure of governments is a big problem. You talked about worldwide, vaguely worldwide governments or worldwide attacks on solving these problems. But how do we get there? How do we change from a world made of governments that would have self-interest filling the world? So if we can solve the government problem and truly have one world, then I think we can effectively deal with these problems. Because presently it has to be done country by country by country by country, which is not possible. So we can pick any one of your problems, which I agree to, and ask, how do we solve it if we have 50 powerful countries in the world instead of one country to solve it. So the most powerful conclusion of what you've done, which is very impressive, is that we have to change to a world government. There's no other hope, I think, practically. I'm interested in whether you disagree with me.
非常感谢您提出的问题，我也想就这个问题呢谈谈我的想法。第一个呢，我对人类的灭绝是有一个定义的。人类的灭绝，我的定义是一个人都不剩，也就是说，人类没有未来了。这是我对人类灭绝的定义。核弹也许可以把人类炸到17时代去，但是它灭绝不了人类，这是一个定论。它也许会毁灭掉几十亿人，但是还会幸存下来少数人，这个少数人可以延续我们这个物种。就像广岛和长崎遭受原子弹爆炸之后毁灭了大部分人，但是还是有一部分人生存了下来。这是我想谈的第一个问题。谈的第二个问题，我认为现在关键的问题也是政府问题。政府问题，这就是我谈到的这么一个问题，就是我们要推动一场觉醒运动。我们必须得要推动一场觉醒运动，让全人类形成共识。国家进行合并的例子是很多的，东西德的统一就不是靠战争实现的。还有美国最早独立以后是邦联制国家，13个州的合并也是自愿合并的，因为他们有共同的利益。在欧洲历史上有过文艺复兴运动，在文艺复兴运动之前，欧洲想摆脱天主教会的统治那是不可能的，但是因为有了文艺复兴运动，所以就有了马丁的宗教改革，之后就有了启蒙运动。启蒙运动使人们对人权、对国家的权利有了新的认识，后面有了三权分立、权力制衡的理论。如果没有启蒙运动，就不可能有美利坚合众国这样世界上第一个三权分立的民主国家。以前人们都认为国家没有国王是不可能的，国家就是国王的。从人类历史上看，政治实体的扩大是个大趋势。比如中国最早夏朝，这是今天中国的山西省和河南西北部的一小块地方。后面有了商朝，又大一些了；有了周朝，又大一些了；后面秦始皇统一了中国，这个就更大了。这是个大趋势。世界历史也是这个样子。以西方历史为例，今天的西方文明源自希腊的古典文明。古典文明时期的希腊都是一个一个的城邦小国，最大的比如雅典、斯巴达也只有30-40万人，而今天拥有了这么幅员辽阔的国家，像有俄罗斯这么大的国家，有美利坚这么大的国家，在东方有中国、印度这个达到14亿人口、面积接近1000万平方公里的国家，整个趋势都是往扩大的方向走。比如英国人的扩张、大英帝国的扩张，仿佛世界都是大英帝国的。蒙古人的扩张横跨欧亚，形成了非常广阔的疆域。虽然整个疆域的扩大、人口的扩大有波动状，就像前苏联解体一样，但是整个趋势是扩大的。在我的研究中间，我认为阻止人类政治实体扩大的唯一的硬性条件，就是交通和通信条件的不便，使得一个大的区域难以治理。除此之外，再没有第二个硬性条件。那么今天的交通与通信条件已经把世界联系到了一个地球村，所以交通与通信条件这个硬性条件已经解决了，缺的只是一个共识。那么过去的扩张或者是政治实体的扩大有2个因素，一个是战争的征服因素，第二个就是有共同利益的诉求、和平统一的因素。蒙古人和大英帝国的扩张，它是一种征服的因素，而东西德的统一以及美利坚合众国13个州的合并，它是自愿的，有共同的利益。现在我们面临一个绝对权重的共同利益， 就是如果人类不统一，不实现大统一，建立世界政权，去限制科学技术的发展，人类这个物种就没有了。没有什么利益比这更大。如果把这个道理讲给大家听，如果大家能够接受这个道理，人类和平统一的可能性就相当大。在人类世界近代史上也是有先例可循的。比如第一次世界大战之后，人们看到第一次世界大战那么惨烈，一场战争波及到全世界，所以有了国际联盟。国际联盟是需要国家让渡一部分权利的。第二次世界大战之后，人们看到二战比一战还要惨烈，所以觉得这个问题必须得解决，后面就有了联合国。联合国也是需要国家让渡一部分权利的。他们虽然都不是国家，但是它都需要所有的会员国让渡一部分的权利。所以从这个也可以看到，我们做成人类统一这个事情，和平实现人类的统一也是有可能的，因为它的共同利益太大了。最后我想回答您的最后一个问题，我们到底需要哪些国家共同努力才能够实现人类的大统一？我可以设计多种方案，随便组一个方案。比如中美两国都认定这个事情必须得做，如果中美两国把这个事情极为确定的话，它推动世界统一的可能性，我认为就有60%-70%。如果加上俄罗斯就有70-80%，如果再把印度加过来，那就有80-90%的可能性。仅仅这4个国家如果形成一股合力，形成共识，人类统一的可能性就有80-90%，我认为是这样的。曾经有人跟我开玩笑，说是人类统一天方夜谭，除非外星人入侵，我们人类才会统一，一直对外，不然我们人类就会被外星人给消灭。我说你说的就太对了，外星人入侵，如果人类不统一，一直对外，会被外星人消灭，这个东西很直观，这个道理太直观了，所以就会促成人类的统一。现在科学技术有可能对人类产生灭顶之灾，但是这个道理它要深度思考，这就需要我们去推动一场觉醒运动。我们人类会的工作就是要推动一场觉醒运动，因此只要人们形成了共识，把这个复杂的道理想明白了，人类统一我认为是有可能的。最后我补充2点，第一点就是像核武器这种，我认为一个是它不能够灭绝人类，第二个它是掌握在国家手里面的，国家手里面的这种毁灭武器还好控制一些。就像人工智能的失控，一个高水平的科学家可以在电脑上解决这个问题。像生物武器，他一个高水平的生物学家可以在他的实验室中间实现这个目标。国家的行为是好控制一些的，人类个体的行为是非常难控制的，这是我要补充的第一个问题。因此人类今天面对的高科技手段远远可怕于核武器。我要补充的第2点就是，一个溺水即将被淹死的人，他抓着什么东西就是什么东西，哪怕就是一根稻草他也要抓住。那么当我们人类面临灭绝风险的时候，即使不能够解决这个问题，我们也要拼一把，这既是常识也是本能。
Very first, briefly, let me say we disagree about nuclear weapons. I think looking at Hiroshima and saying that was limited is different. It's 80 years later. We now have hydrogen bombs, not just atomic bombs. And the danger worldwide is that it does exactly what happened to, at best theory, to kill the dinosaurs, which you mentioned. The dinosaurs were killed, we believe, by a major event that polluted the whole atmosphere of the Earth. That is the model by which we expect that nuclear weapons could do that. I think you underestimate that possibility. That's okay. We can disagree on that. So let me put that aside and say that, and I also am less optimistic that governments can work together or merge together without fighting. I'm less optimistic about that. That's okay. So let's put that aside. Come to your main points. Not governments and not nuclear war, but your main points. I agree. I think you deserve a great deal of credit for devoting much of your energy, time to the threat of humans destroying themselves. I agree with that. independent of governments, not due to governments, but individuals, which is what he's talking about. Some of the details we may not agree to, but you have several illustrations of how we can destroy ourselves. For example, viruses. For example, in addition to viruses, we can use AI or many other technological advances that are capable of destruction. I may not agree exactly which one's the most dangerous. It doesn't matter. I think what matters is that you've identified that there are factors that are at our hands, that we have abilities to do as individuals that can destroy mankind. And I agree. Maybe not the details of which ones, but I agree. I think as important as the solutions you propose, like restricting technology, awakening, are not necessarily the only solution. If we have a child in our family, them behaving properly is not just by restricting what they do, but educating them to behave the way they should, a child. I believe it's the same for we adults, humans, and that is, it's more important to educate, to enlighten, to make people understand what the dangers are than it is to restrict. So I think you're playing a very important role in educating people, in making them understand the dangers, and so forth. I think that's absolutely crucial. There's not enough people who do that. So your work is very, very important. Your final solutions, we may not exactly agree. I think it's more important to educate than to restrict. It's human nature to not accept for things being forbidden. Whether we're a child or an adult, we don't like someone to forbid us to do something. So we should do that when we absolutely need to, but the education part is much more convincing, and awakening, enlightenment, the words you use, are much more important because human nature accepts those if they learn about them. So I agree with all of this. I think the emphasis, maybe I slightly disagree somewhat and feel that what you're doing is incredibly important to awaken people, to enlighten them, that more people should do that, and that's the ultimate solution. I'm less confident that putting restrictions is going to work.
Is not going to work?
Is not going to work, putting restrictions. You have an expression, human nature can be guided, but cannot be fundamentally changed. And that statement is what I'm emphasizing. We need to understand what human nature is and educate people so that they do what's right, because we can't fundamentally change human nature. And I think what I think is your ultimate goal, which he writes in English, a peaceful, friendly, equitable, prosperous, and non-competitive society, is fantastically proper goal for all of us. The only question is how to get there, and I think you are giving very good steps to get there. I may disagree with details, but I think you are spending a huge amount of your life, your energy, and I admire that. And I think we all have to agree on the final goals: a peaceful, friendly, equitable, prosperous, and non-competitive society. And I congratulate you for committing so much of your life, your energy, your thoughts to this issue.
您对这一事业付出的时间精力，我非常祝贺您。
非常感谢教授对我工作的肯定。刚才您谈的几个问题呢，我也想谈谈自己的想法。第一个呢，关于核弹是否能够毁灭人类的问题，可能每个人的观点有所不同。就是我可以确定一点，6000万年以前，被认为是有一颗直径10公里的小行星撞击了墨西哥的尤卡坦半岛。这个小行星它能够导致恐龙灭绝，它灭绝不了人类。 因为人类已经不是赤身裸体面对自然气候的变化，食物的获取也不是简单靠大自然的赐予，而是创造性的获得。所以人类的存活能力比恐龙要强得多。核武器即使全部爆炸，有些角落它也不能够涉及到。只要是有少数人存在，人类就有再来的可能性。如果人类一个人都没有了，我们这个物种就消失了，就灭绝了，就没有未来了。
I like your optimism.
我非常欣赏您这种乐观主义。
我认为灭绝手段的使用是所有人都没有，连自己都没有了。所以当世界上这么多核弹同时爆发，它本身的可能性就不大。这是我谈的第一点。我谈的第二点就是我们人类的未来，我觉得需要大家共同去努力。今天很多事情看来非常难，再难我们也得要努力，哪怕就是没有希望，我们也得要争取一把。这是我想谈的。
I agree.
我同意。
您看还有什么要说的？
No, I think it's a wonderful commitment, and I appreciate your time and your thoughtful presentation.
中国有句话叫做君子和而不同，一个道理可能你认为是正确的，他认为是不正确的，都没有问题。今天我觉得跟教授在一起谈了这么久以后，最大的一个共识就是都认为科学技术不能完全贸然前行了，贸然前行可能会对人类的整体产生威胁。有这么一个共识，我觉得我们就有了交朋友的前提。我知道教授的时间非常紧张，希望将来我们能够多交流，希望我们能够留下联系方式。将来有什么问题我们可以在邮件上进行探讨。将来如果到北京来有些什么事情我能够办得到的，就不要客气，尽管说。
As a physicist who personally participated in and advanced one of the most revolutionary scientific discoveries of our time, Professor Barish deeply understands the immense power inherent in science and technology, and is keenly aware of the catastrophic consequences that could arise if that power were to go out of control. Although the two sides hold differing views on certain points, he spoke highly of Chairman Jiaqi's persistent spirit and deep humanistic care demonstrated throughout his academic research and practice. In a message written after the exchange, Professor Barish solemnly stated, "Thank you for your thoughtful dedication to preserving humanity. The dangers you present are real. I hope we can follow your lead." This heartfelt message not only reflects the Nobel laureate's profound recognition of Chairman Jiaqi's academic ideas, but also underscores the shared sense of concern and responsibility for the future of humanity held by two scholars from different disciplinary backgrounds. How to rationally harness the power of science and technology and prevent it from spiraling out of control has become a common challenge facing all of humanity. The dialogue between Chairman Jiaqi and Professor Barish serves as both a profound response to this critical issue of our time and a valuable platform for building global consensus and fostering collective action to address technological risks.